guys, I think, am I audible everywhere?
Yes.
Hi. I think a long list of stuff that he's talked about me. But one simple thing that I want to say, all I always say about myself is, I'm an entrepreneur first, a woman second, a mother third, right? And one of the first things that I know in my life is that balance is what makes me what I am today. Now I have half of you sitting here and the other half here, so I'm going to be always doing this and this, so please pardon me. Also, I think I would want to have this as an interactive session, so I will be open to a lot of questions. What I'm going to take this session as is a small story about what I've done, where I came from, what are my future endeavors, so where am I going, and what is it that you can take away from my journey? Because I have learned what I have learned in so many years. Sessions like this are meant to be because you need to take it away in another 30 minutes. What I gained as an experience for 10 long years. And I want to share it with you because I feel that India today has come of age and we are poised to fly. Every meeting that I attend inside of the government or outside of the government in the party today starts with one simple sentence which says, if India wants to be a superpower. And yes, we want to be a superpower, and we will be one very soon. Because, as I said earlier, we are poised to fly. We have capabilities, we have talent, but exactly where are we going wrong? We are going wrong at your level. In fact, we are going wrong at a much smaller level. When we start, entrepreneurship starts in school. Entrepreneurship starts when you start learning. Because as an entrepreneur, the basic philosophy is learn, unlearn, and relearn. And I have just been doing that. Practically, let me start. Go ahead and start with the session, but let me start by a small story. There was once a boy who used to go to this very interesting school. It was a so-called convent school where the curriculum was well chalked out by leading experts. This boy used to go to school and he had the best of the teachers possible. But one of the most important things, when he went to school in his kindergarten, the teacher said, draw a flower. And guess what? He drew a flower. And you know what? He drew a flower which was brown colored flower. And he practically made the flower in 8 circles. So he drew a circle and then he made some 6 circles around it and then colored it brown. The teacher was taking her around. She came up to the child and said, what is this? He said, it's a flower. So the teacher said, no, this is not the way you draw the flower. Look, I will tell you. And she went up to the wall and guess what? Made a circle colored it brown, made hearts around it, colored it yellow, made a sunflower. The child said, yes, now I'm going to copy this. So he copied it. The next time, the teacher asked him, draw an apple now. So he drew an apple, which was again a circle. He just said, no, this is not the way you draw an apple. Look, I will tell you. Right? And guess what? She made an apple and drew it red. This boy studied in that school for a couple of years, and once, when he was about 7 to 8 years old, he moved to another school in class 1, and this was an international school, so-called interesting syllabus curriculum, which was more interactive. And the teacher asked him, draw a flower. What did he draw? What did he draw? He didn't draw anything first. He was waiting. Second, when the teacher walked up to him and said, what's up, why are you not drawing a flower? He said, I thought you were going to demonstrate. So the teacher said, no, we don't demonstrate here. We're supposed to be making the flower. So this guy turned around and made a flower. But this was a sunflower. The same that his teacher had taught when he was 4 years old. Brown and yellow. What have we done? We have attuned the child to think in a manner that, look, I am going to tell you what is right. And we have killed the creativity of the child. What are entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are creative people who can think out of the box. And what does our education system do? It kills the creativity in you. Why? Because we have been trained for years together to become English babus. The Britishers came, they ruled on us, they went away. What did they leave? They left a system behind which taught us to mark, to rote, to go and write crumpled, roted stuff on a paper, get raw marks. What did they not teach? They did not teach us to ask questions. Today we are afraid. I used to have a great boss, and every time he used to tell us, there are no stupid questions, there are only stupid answers. Which means that in their own schools, they are actually teaching their children that. And what did they teach us? When our children raise hand, what does the teacher say? She says, no, I'm going to tell you. Look, I'll tell you how to do it. And that's how we kill entrepreneurship in a child from then on. And so, where have we come? We have come and made India from a sone ki chidiya to a trader's economy. Our own Diwali, our own Ganpatis come from China. Why do they make Ganpatis? Do they do idol worship? No. They make it for us because we have the market. But we still do not make the same old Ganpatis. We can't make them yet cheaper than them. They have identified the need. That is where manufacturing economy is, because we today are moving from a complete trader economy to a much worsened trader economy. We trade everything. Everything today available in the market is made in China. Why? Why don't we think innovation? Why don't you think manufacturing? When you are studying, why are you not thinking that if there is a need and if there is a market, I have a product that I will make and manufacture in India? Why do you think one of the first projects or campaigns that Mr. Modi had to launch was something called Make in India? Because we need to have that pride within us that yes, we are capable. Guess what? 2% of the world economy is run by Indians. 40% of the manufacturing of the world is run by the Chinese. The best innovators across the globe are companies which are sitting in America, headed by an Indian. We are still service providers. So practically what are we doing? We are innovating for them. We are making products that they use in their market. We are actually using our talent, our skills for someone else to enjoy. Look at the BPO industry. Look at the KPO industry. Look at medical transcription industry. What is it? It is innovation so that they live a nice life and we slog from morning till the night. Why? Because we are statistical people. We understand numbers. I always say this, and I take immense pride in saying this, that an average IQ of an Indian is much larger than the average IQ of the entire globe. We are intelligent tribe. We are a young nation. The average age of India is 27 years. That is youth. That is the strength. And what are we doing? We are rotting. We are thinking. We are doing professional courses. Why do you think these courses are called professional courses? Engineering. Why is it a professional degree? Because you get a profession out of it. Why do you think a government service is still called government service? Because it's free. And that's why you don't work there. Because you're practically doing a service there. So who are these entrepreneurs? Who was I? I realized very soon in my life that I was addicted badly. And I was addicted to doing well, to making a difference. And I realized that I had no choice but to make a difference. When I started off, all I wanted to do was to affect my own small family. When I started off, I wanted to affect my small community, the people around me. For a few people to know me, for me to feed a few people, that's about it. But very soon I realized it's not about me, it's not about my community, it's about the larger meaning of my own life. What is it that I contribute to my community? Does my community need something? What is it that I contribute to my own country? What is it that I am doing that will bring jobs? It's very simple. Either you live someone else's dreams or you live your own. And one day, I had a plush job. I was working for a company called the Atlas Copco Limited. It is a Swedish multinational. I was paid extremely well. My first car was a Ford Icon. And when I quit the job, I was Asia Pacific head of 30 products. I used to travel 20 days a month, out of which 10 days a month I was traveling outside of India. I had a plush salary. I was driving a Honda Civic, which the company had given me. And one fine day, when I called up my dad and said, I have resigned. And he told me, you quit? I said, no, I have not quit. I've just begun. And that is the strength that entrepreneurship gives you. The self-belief that I am meant to do more. I am meant for larger things in life. I'm supposed to contribute more than what I'm doing right now to my own country, to my own people. And that's where I actually began my journey. Because I was practically a P2P person. PM to president. I was everything. I had 2 people, 2 office boys in my previous companies running to get me tea. And now I was actually practically standing in a line or in the queue to pay the bills of my own landline. But I did choose the difficult path. And today, there are 450 families that feed on me. I have 3 startups, one in the field of, all in the field of technology, one that does user experience design, which means we design software products and any human-computer interaction. It has about 110 people. I have an IT simulation company which has about 50 scientists based out of Bangalore. And we have an IT telecom industry that has about 400 people based out of California, Seoul, and Pune. And it's just been 6.5 years. But all I knew was I had to do it. Why? I had to do it because I deserved more. Because I was worth more. And I had this addiction to find the meaning of my own life. Practically, there were situations where I wanted to give up. And yes, there are going to be situations when you will want to give up. But it is the spirit of entrepreneurship which you need to develop at this point in time as a student that is going to keep you on the track forever. The best thing about entrepreneurship is that you learn every single day. And practically, today, whatever you're going to learn from me, I'm going to learn double from you. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for your questions to come up. And trust me, each one of you are unique. Each one of you has it in you. One smile can make your day. One pat on somebody's back can uplift the soul. One candle can do away the darkness. One star can show the direction to a ship. One vote, goddammit, changes the nation. One national anthem gets all of you together, standing, singing, and being extremely proud of your own country. And if that is true, then one step towards entrepreneurship can change your life. And one life will definitely make a difference. Mine has, and yours will. Okay, I'm going to be taking questions now, and I'm going to be answering those questions. If not, then I'll take another 5 minutes to speak. Questions, anybody? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the first step towards business or towards entrepreneurship actually was establishing a business model towards demand and supply.
Yeah.
We the supply. Okay, and we established a business model. And regardless of our experience and all, we know the hardest part of it is pitching our business model to the right financial sources. Which are the financial sources which entrepreneur can approach? Other than that's the biggest obstacle.
To answer that question, no, I think I don't have an answer. To answer that question, let's face the fact, in India, as I rightly said, that we are moving from a trader's economy to actually a manufacturing economy, right? Or an entrepreneur's economy, right? So the community of entrepreneurs is now setting up, right? In fact, for people who are established, if you are going to be hearing other speakers and all that, you will realize that there is a community that helps out startups. They could be venture capitalists, they could be angel investors, they could be people who are sitting on potholes of money, people who want to invest. Because today, there is a mindset that if you have the money, do not invest in land, do not invest in another house, invest in a person. Because a person will have the opportunity to not only double your investment, but also multiply it 1,000 times. That mindset is coming to the community of people who have the money, but they want to risk this money on startups. Please understand the difference between a startup and a startup. And this is a terminology which I always use because a startup could be an idea, right? And ideas are dime a dozen. The play in successful entrepreneurship is execution. You need to master the art of execution because that is where 1 out of every 5 entrepreneurs fail. You can have the best of the ideas possible, but if you can't execute it, you're good for nothing. So practically, look around you. The ideas which have made a lot of money are good ideas, but there are a lot of ideas who are not the best, but are still making a lot of money and doing extremely well, because they have executed it to the best possible way. So practically, started up is if you have belief in your idea or your concept, you need to invest your time and effort in the idea. Do a proof of concept. Make sure that when you present the idea to somebody, you know that it will work. People don't invest in ideas, people invest in people. And that is why training is very important. Because I'm going to put my money on you, not on your idea. Yes, some portion of it is going to be on your idea as well, but not 100%. Because I know an idea can fail, but you might not. And it's only after failing once that an entrepreneur understands that success comes sweetest when it comes mostly after failure. So yes, you have a community, you will get a lot of connectivity to people who have money, and there is a very good community in Mumbai and in various places today which funds different segments of startups. But trust me, in fact there are a lot of people like Sequoia Capital who funds today seed, gives seed capital as well, right, for ideas. But then those ideas need to be in a particular segment and in a particular manner, right? So it's a complete different segment of how you need to sell the startup that you have, right? But to start with, I think it is important that you garner the right skills to be an entrepreneur and hit upon the best idea possible, and then we can work on it. Any other question? Yes, please.
It's a simple question. Just I have recently graduated in mechanical, so it's the thing that living in this education system, hate has been developed in many engineers as well. Okay, so to change that hate towards the education, towards something like to build up your own company, or maybe have a how did you come to change yourself from being you graduated and after that you said you wanted to change yourself from something to be an entrepreneur. So what the change, how can that change be brought about?
Okay.
From the hate that we have?
It's a great question. It's not a very simple question. It's a fantastic question, and I really want to answer this. Trust me, when I said that the average IQ of an Indian is more than the average IQ of the world, right? I believe in it, right? Our education system, it could be goddamn whatever it is, right? But it gives us the right ability to work our asses off. It gives us an ability. Routing is also a skill, right? So we are very good statistically. We understand numbers. Why do you think we are perfect with BPOs and KPOs? Why do you think we are cheaper? Yes, we have a lot of talent pool, great. But what is talent pool? We are extremely good at it. When you go to America and give, and if the bill is $9.20, and if you give the guy $10.20 on top, he will not return your money in the next 5 minutes because he gets confused. For us, if you go to the sabzi wala, and if the bill is something like that, you give the money on top, he's going to give it back to you in 2 seconds. Practically, we are people who understand numbers. We understand. We are extremely logical people. We can work from morning 9 to night 2. I do that every single day. I know my chief minister does that every single day. I know that my prime minister does that every single day. So our education system, never be ashamed of where you come from. Don't hate it. We need to improvise, but never hate it. Don't hate your religion. Don't hate your region. Don't hate your country. Don't hate your parents. Don't hate yourself. Because these are barriers to success. What I need to think today is what my education system has given me and what my education system has not given me. And I need to include those skills which I have not got into my system when I understand that. Understand this. Take 2 countries. I always take an example of Israel. It's a country which doesn't even have a defined border. Weirdly shaped, weirdly placed. And the first time I went to Israel, I was flabbergasted. Because this is the first time that I saw hot-looking girls, babes, very short skirts, smart-looking tall girls carrying guns and going to school. You are not allowed to switch off the radio of your car in Israel because they need to be 24/7 into 365 days ready for war. Now this is the country where the most we see money goes, and this is statistics. This is the country that records maximum number of innovations. Why? Because it's the need of the hour. Maximum Nobel Prizes go to Israelis. Why? Because they know that research, innovation, and being better than the best is what is going to make them survive. They have an intelligence agency which is much, much, much better than the FBI, which is called Mossad. Why? Because if they are not the best, they will cease to exist. We need to understand that we are a young nation. We can't afford people like you, young, hating our own education system. We need to understand what the education system has given us. It is the strength to perform. It is the strength to work. It is the strength to actually sit on the chair and hold the pencil and write. Yes, what it has not taught us, it has not taught us to do research. Research? That's for teachers. Teachers? That's the last choice. Why? Teachers is not a profession of choice in our country, and that is the worst. So when I say it, sitting here, I'm not criticizing it. I am trying to say that this is where we need to improvise. But let's talk about another country called Korea. Equally smart. Equally smart. Very Asian. Much like us. Very religious, nice, simple people. Guess what? What time do they have dinner? Every Korean house will have dinner at 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's well past their dinner time. And then they go back to work. And we'll work till 3 o'clock in the night every single day. Think of any electronics company today across the globe and you will know that it's a Korean company. LG, Samsung are Korean companies. And they have finished Sony. Why? Why? They are not the best in technology. They are definitely not the best. They are world number 2 and they are proud to be world number 2. But what they did was, when Japan was working from 9 to 5, they were slogging from 9 to 9. And that's what we can do. That's what Asians can do. We can work, we can sit, we can be committed, we can be dedicated. We are meant to be like that. If we add what we don't have, we are going to go places. Great. Do I have time for another question? Or am I done? Oh, okay. So great. I think I'm going to allow other speakers to speak. I don't want to take away their time. Right. So thank you so much. I think those were great questions. You can take my number, my email ID. If I'm not around for the open forum, please email me the questions. I will love to interact with you. One-on-one, on mobile phone, on email. I'm always available. Thank you so much.